everybody, this is Carla, and this time I am doing a review for episode 9 of season 2 of Scorpion. The episode is titled US versus UN versus UK. I thought this was an interesting episode. I mean, there's a lot of things that kind of pushed my, suspension of disbelief way too easily. Like, is it really that easy to break into the UN? Like, I usually have trouble with these episodes where they're trying to break in somewhere. I don't know why. But I find it really hard to believe a lot of the time. And this time, there was a little bit of that where I'm like, is it really that easy to break into the UN? Like, really? I mean, the whole thing with Paige being pregnant and Happy taking out the machines so they just scanned her manual. I'm like, really? That easy? There's a part of me, like, in the back of my head, there's some kind of little voice saying, yes, it's that easy and you should be scared. But at the same time, I feel like the show does make it too easy a bit. But that didn't necessarily make it a bad episode. I liked not so much the plot of the episode itself, but more the psychological and philosophical applications of this show, like all the themes, the whole thing about not taking death lightly, and the whole, if you have a bad guy, do you kill him so he can't kill other people, for the greater good and whatever. Those are very deep themes that the episode tried to tackle, and although, it's not going to change the perception of people out there, it does make me feel a little bit better that they're trying to tackle them, the whole thing with the evil African arms dealer, that's kind of a little bit overused by now, but I didn't necessarily mind. Then there was that thing where all of a sudden Ray is Polish. What? And not only is he Polish, because, like, Toby just goes, hey, your last name is Polish, right? So that means you totally speak Polish, too. And I'm like, really? What if that hadn't worked? What would you have done then? But still, just the translation itself and all the BS that Toby was spouting out was just hilarious, so I can't really bring myself to mind too much. I like that they're still trying to bring Ray in, because I do think, I've said this 1,000 times before, but I will say it again, I do think that even if he's not a genius, and even if he doesn't have necessarily the people skills that Paige has, it doesn't matter. They can still use him as part of the team, and I like that they're making him feel included, like he's part of a family. I think that's good for him, and I think it's good for the team as well. And he does have things he can offer. So I think it's great that they're trying to find a way to include him in the team somehow. Other than that, just the whole idea of, you have this man who is clearly evil, and if he gets out of this building in this moment, he's going to kill a lot of people. What do you do with him? Do you kill him? Do you put him in jail? What do you do with him? And, the twist kind of caught me by surprise, because my way of thinking is very slow, so I usually don't see these things coming, and like all my speculation, I usually don't. So when Walter was like, no, we have to kill him ourselves, I was really mad initially, because I'm like, there's no way everybody's just going with this idea that they are going to assassinate this dude. Like, there's no way. Because, I could see up to a point, I could see Walter thinking that, but at the same time, I just couldn't understand why the others would go with his idea. So I probably should have known that it was all an act, just because of that. But I liked the fact, because I kept thinking to myself, because Walter had said, what is the point of having these abilities and being this smart if there's nothing we can do to save people? And I'm like, yes, but you find another way. You don't kill a man, you find proof so you can arrest him, right? And I was really glad that in the end, even though I didn't see it coming, in the end, that's exactly what they did. They actually went in and found the proof, because the idea was that the hit was sanctioned by MI6, but it wouldn't hold up in court. Like, they couldn't arrest the dude because they had no proof, right? And it wasn't enough to get them into the UN, quote unquote, because it turned out that was false. But yeah, from the beginning I was like, what? So get the proof, right? Don't kill the guy. Get the proof and put him in freaking jail, right? So I'm very glad that they actually turned out to do that. Even though they had to like fabricate some of the proof, at least it gave them something, because they know that guy was bad and he had to be, taken out of his business. And I like that they also gave all his money to charities. That was kind of cool. That was really cool. So yeah, I mean, I think that was a good thing that this episode did, even though I didn't see it coming. I was really mad for a little bit. I probably should have known better. Like, I should have trusted Walter not to be that rash as to want to kill a man. I also don't like the one thing that I didn't like, because I know this was all a setup, right? So there were a lot of things that I didn't see when they were happening, that were revealed later, and then everything makes sense. But the one part I didn't like is, like, is it that easy to just fool a Homeland Security agent? I mean, she's the deputy chief, okay? Like, she should have known better to trust that MI6 woman. Especially when she started, like, when she came to her with an assassination mission. Are you serious? Like, that should not be condoned by Homeland Security. It should not be condoned by anybody, not even MI6. So that was one thing. I'm like, maybe she's not that good at her job. Maybe she should be fired. No, I like the woman. I don't remember her name right now. Collins? I don't remember her name. But I like her. I mean, I think she's a good medium point between being too strict with the team and too lenient with the team. But if she's fooled that easily, then maybe she should not have her job. It's a big, important job. People's lives are at stake here. So, maybe take that into account next time. If I were the team, if I were Cave, I would be like, yeah, maybe this is not the best job for you, right? And then there was, the whole Megan thing. And I knew this was going to continue from the previous episode, because it was a pretty big deal in the previous episode. And God, Walter, I'm glad that he's seen the light now, because he was pretty set in the whole, download her mind into a hard drive so I can just implant her on someone else when her body dies, kind of thing, which I still don't think it's going to work. I mean, if it were possible, we would have done it already, I think. Because it's one thing to implant her mind, and it's another to download her mind, and it's another thing to download her. I don't think you can just do that. There's something that makes the human body and mind unique that can only happen if you have both of them. So, I don't think it's possible. I like that he's still trying, though, because he shouldn't give up. He had that right last time when he told Paige, we try to save everybody, right? We save everybody. And okay, sometimes you can't save everybody, but you have to try. You always have to try until the last minute. You have to try. So I like that he's still trying. I'm happy that he's come to the realization that that it shouldn't be at the expense of the quality of Megan's life. She doesn't want to be intubated, and he should have respected that. Of course, he didn't, but the court order thing was a bit too much. Like, if I were Megan, I would be pissed. And I know that right now she can't really, react to that, but when she gets better, like, I would be freaking pissed. Like, who the hell does he think he is, getting a court order saying I'm not mentally capable of making my own decisions. Like, what? But I'm glad he's seen the light, even if it took, Sylvester has come so far since the beginning of the show, and I'm so glad that he decided to take a stance and that he can understand that this is something Megan feels very strongly about and he should support her. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for him that he understands that, because it's important. It's a big deal, and he should support her, and he should be there for her, and that he should understand when she wants, and just try to be with her and by her side as long as possible, because she knows she's come to understand that she might not be on this earth for much longer, but the time she has here, she wants to be happy. So it's good that Sylvester has come to understand that. And how? I mean, God, when when he showed them the quote unquote ring, I screamed. Okay, I screamed. My brother screamed in the other room because he heard me screaming. Like, I squealed. I mean, what a way. Like, seriously. And it's so, oh my God. I mean, on one hand, my brain keeps telling me, like, well, if Walter had a court order stating that she couldn't make her own medical decisions, does that not influence, like, her ability to get married? I guess not. I mean, I guess legally the medical consent and the personal consent are two separate things, but I would think that anybody who marries them is like, are you sure? So I was surprised by that, but I'm so happy. I'm so glad. They love each other. It would have happened at some point, and I am glad that it happened now, because it helped Walter understand what Sylvester was trying to tell him, what Megan was trying to tell him. And now, if Megan does pass away, which honestly I think she will, because I don't think Walter's plan is going to, unless they find some kind of miracle drug, I don't think Walter's plan is going to work. So I think eventually she will pass away, and I'm glad that she was able to get married to someone she loved, and I'm glad that Sylvester was able to to be with her, like, fully, and committed to her fully, even if it is for just a little while. I'm so happy for them. Like, I really am. And sad that they won't have that long of a time together, because I honestly don't think Megan is just going to miraculously get better. They might stretch it out for a little bit longer, like maybe she might make it through the season, but I don't think she's gonna be around forever. And it's going to hit Sylvester really hard, but I think he's come to a point in his maturity, his emotional maturity, and his mental maturity, that he may not be able to deal with it very well, but nobody does. Like, even people who aren't, emotionally constipated geniuses have trouble dealing with death. So, I'm kind of sad, because I know that he's going to struggle, but I think right now he's doing the right thing, and I really support it, and I'm glad that Walter finally saw it. Okay, and it was a really emotional, really deep philosophical episode, and I really liked that a show like Scorpion, which is not a show that takes itself seriously at all, can actually tackle these themes and make it feel good. It's an episode that felt good, even though okay, Breaking to the UN was too easy, and Toby's MI6 jokes, I have to admit, like, it's like the 007 jokes. Like, do you know who 007 is? Yeah, he's one less important than 006. Those kind of jokes are so stupid, but my stupid brain still finds them funny. So when Toby was like, oh, MI6 is only half of MI12, I was cracking up so bad. So, like, even though the actual thriller kind of heist plot was kind of a bit of a stretch, I guess, I still liked the themes that they tackled. I loved what they were doing with the Megan subplot. I really hope that it's helping both Sylvester and Walter, because it's gonna help them grow up. Sometimes you can't just learn from everyday things. Sometimes it takes a hard jolt to make you understand what you have to do and what's right. So, yeah, definitely. I like this episode. I thought it might not be one of my favorite ones, but I thought it did things right, and I'm really glad to see that, because it shows that Scorpion is not just a silly throw anything you can throw at them show. It's more, it can be serious. It can't deal, in its silliness, it can't still deal with serious issues, and it makes me really happy for the show. It's good writing, definitely good writing. So that's it for now. If you guys want to see more Scorpion reviews, be sure to stop by our website at thegeekypub.com. We have stuff for Scorpion for this season. We also have a binge watch report for last season, and we also have a ton of other shows and movies and books and games and stuff like that, so you can be sure to visit and check it out. And for the moment, I'm out, so see you guys in my next review. Bye.